Hello and welcome to Dynamic GT League's race 6 of 9 from the Nurburgring GP. Taking a quick look at the championship standings, and Demon R leading the way on 91 points with SGP right behind him on 82. Third place is Steve F1, but he and Callum Paul Banks can't race this week sadly. SGP took pole position once again in a Thomas the Tank Engine livery. Good luck to him and everybody else. So the drivers are ready. SGP on pole again. James joining me on commentary as we wait for the lights to go out.
Yeah, SRI sitting there in third place, and he's got a brilliant start off the line. Absolutely demon starting that Ferrari.
So once again, SGP pole position, loses places off the start. SRI into the lead. Demon R trying to take or keep hold of second place, but losing out to Aceman, who goes all the way around the outside of turn 1.
Yeah, brilliant move there in the Lamborghini and that Martini livery. Brilliant. And he's up to P2 now in front of Demon R. And so there's two front runners. And now all side by side with SGP up the inside of Demon R.
Yep, so SGP, after having pole position, losing places, trying to regain them in another shocking livery. Look at the size of the headlights on that car. Okay, they're not headlights, it's a bumper.
He's up the inside. I was thinking he were going to put Fat Controller on side of that.
The Fat Controller's inside the car. Okay, Demon R trying to apply a bit of pressure now onto SGP as SGP goes very late on the brakes on Aceman. What a move that turned out to be, but we've seen in previous races that Audi TT is brilliant on under braking. Yeah,
well, that just proved it there. I mean, he took about 3 car lengths just in the braking zone.
That he did. Aceman's still in the fight here though. A little bit of a gap though between 4th and 5th. James Hulkenberg in 5th. As Aceman runs wide, that's going to lose him another place, and it does. So Demon R up to 3rd place now as SGP goes past SRI because SRI ran wide. SRI now coming under pressure from Demon R. Side by side they go into the chicane. It's not an easy chicane to go side by side, is it, James?
No, definitely not. And there is Demon R. Is he going to go for it? Under braking. No. SRI turns in, leaves a touch of space, just enough for Demon R to survive. And here comes Aceman. He's still sniffing round the back end.
With the different characteristics of the cars that the drivers are using today, is my bad. He's in the pit lane. He does not want to be in the pit lane. He does not want to be in the pit wall either, but he is. I think Formula Gary, he wasn't very secret agent then, but he definitely wiped him out. So Formula Gary, he has waited for my bad. It's a massively unfortunate situation as Demon R trying to make a move on SRI around turn 1. So they were battling at the end of the lap, still battling now. But I was going to say about the characteristics of the cars, the Audi TT all round is a very good car. The Ferrari is good in corners but great in a straight line. The Renault though, phenomenal in corners but no straight line speed. So this is not going to be easy for Demon R to make a move on a straight in that Looney Tune Ferrari.
Yeah, and if he wants to beat SGP, he's going to have to come up with something soon. But it looks like Twilight's under pressure from P7.
He is Jay Bunsell, a new driver in the DGT League, applying plenty of pressure to Twilight. He's got a good run down towards the hairpin here, James.
Yeah, the Mustang is a heavy car though, so that might make braking a touch difficult. Oh, they're being very, very cautious, just allowing Rich up the inside. Oh, he's touched a bit of grass, but he's managed to get away with it, but he might be able to go around the outside of Twilight.
I think Rich Blues may have just given Jay Bunsell a little bit of a nudge there that put Bunsell into Twilight, which has cost Twilight a position.
Yeah, indeed so. Running order. Oh, this is back up for P2. Demon R up the inside of SRI.
So onto the back straight then, and this is where I think we'll see the Ferrari just pull away. Well, not pull away, but stay ahead really. So can anything happen into the final couple of corners? Demon R realising there's no point attacking here. He might have to wait until the end of the start-finish straight. SRI's car is just so much better in a straight line, but the driver will be getting frustrated looking at those cartoon characters on the back of that car.
Yeah, so Aceman as well, he's not dropped off too far. If anything, if he wants to go for an early pit stop, he could possibly
In the background, sorry James, in the background,
Yeah, sorry.
There's a move going on in the background, but also Demon R, is he going to have a look up the inside of turn 1? No, he's going to try all the way around the outside, and as I mentioned, the Renault, phenomenal in the corners, so all the way around the outside he goes, and now SRI gets to see the message on the back of the Renault, which is diagnosed with a moustache.
Brilliant move there from Demon R, and the
I thought he was
move
going
with
to say
Rich
brilliant
Blues.
moustache.
So Rich Blues made the move down the start-finish straight, but Bunsell has tried it back and he's done it.
He has. Twilight has lost another position, unfortunately, to Rich Blues there, but now My Bad is starting to close up on this gaggle of cars. Now, Formula Gary did wait for My Bad, so he was aware that he'd made a bit of contact with him, but I have heard that Formula Gary wasn't sure of exactly what happened there. He thought he got hit as well. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate on the first lap of the race. Now, just to remind everybody, as Rich Blues is having a look up the inside, does he? No, he decides to back out of it. Yeah, in DGT League, it's a 40-minute race, which I think equates. Go on, James.
Rich Blues run wide there. That's just absolutely cost him tons of time. But yeah, as you say, it's a 40-minute race in this league.
I think it'll work out at about 20 laps in this event. Or it's getting a little bit busy here. As My Bad having a look up the inside of Twilight. Can he make the move? Yes, he can. Twilight struggling a bit in the corners, though. I'm surprised about.
Yeah, that Alfa Romeo looks absolutely nailed through the corners.
Well, My Bad was telling me that it is a very light car, but it is underpowered, which means it's very nimble, but not really got straight line speed. But he is having a look up the inside of the big fat Mustang, and he's made the move. Lovely move into the chicane there.
Yeah, the Mustang looks like it could eat that Alfa.
It probably will as well. I must admit, I've not tried driving the Alfa Romeo, so I'm not sure what it's like, but I do know that, as you said, the Mustang is a heavy car, powerful but heavy, and here comes the Mustang now, with a good run down towards turn 1 on My Bad. Twilight just hugging the slipstream there, realises an opportunity may arise, but that Alfa Romeo got the beating of the Mustang in the corners. And here comes Rich Blues as well. Is that Hulkenberg making a mistake? It is. Hulkenberg's going to get caught up here by My Bad now.
Yeah, the pack are closing in on Hulkenberg, and Bunsell side by side with Twilight along with Rich Blues. It's all kicking off here.
It is a Rich Blues in his Playboy livery. Gives Twilight a little bit of a nudge. Not the kind of nudge of Playboy that Twilight was expecting. But yeah, nice moves there.
I've heard that Rich Blues does like a bit of contact though with the ladies.
No comment. Back up at the front though, SGP had managed to get out into the front and open up a gap, but Demon R has managed to close in on him. And just to let you know as well, you can see when these guys pit what tyres they were using. I believe SGP is on the super soft tyre, which means his tyres are going to go off sooner.
Looks like SGP's livery with number 1 on it might be scrubbed off, and he may end up with number 2 pretty soon, because Demon R's all over his rear wing.
I can't help but giggle at the back of that car. And I've just noticed as well, on Demon R's door, there is an Audi sign being ripped to shreds by a monster. So obviously Demon R has not been impressed by SGP in his Audi of late. But yeah, I am hearing as well that Demon R is on the soft compounder tyre, so different strategies being used up at the front.
Yeah, definitely. It looks to me as though SGP has got an all-round decent car, but luckily for Demon R, he's got fantastic grip in the corners, which is just allowing him to nick the slipstream constantly.
It is. I mean, it almost looks like Demon R can position his car where he wants, and at the moment SGP is kind of going where his tyres take him as they go side by side down the start-finish straight. This is for the lead of the race, but the Renault hasn't got the pace in a straight line. Thomas the Tank Engine changes tracks. I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all about this new fandangle thing. He said it was on rails. He said it was on rails, but it looks like Demon R's on rails going round the outside. He's
not going to make it all the way around the outside of turn 2, surely. He's going to try. He's going to try into turn 3, still side by side. SGP holds the inside line. Oh, nice, tidy racing by the both of them there.
Yeah, Thomas is going to be out of puff pretty soon, I think, because Demon R is absolutely pressurising him. I don't think he'll be able to keep this up for much longer.
Neither do I. Also, I mean, we're what? 5 laps into this race, and Demon R gets massively sideways. I think that was a touch of the grass, but is he going to turn it into an overtake? He's trying.
that was fantastic recovery. Not to lose much time there.
Definitely. Does go to show as well that SGP's tyres are on their way out as he goes deep at the hairpin, and now allows Demon R through. I think this may be move done. No, SGP's coming back.
Yeah, SGP up the inside. Is he going to understeer though? Not give Demon R any room? No, he's slightly understeered. Demon R, he's going to have to think about where else he's going to have to take him. I think he's going to have to do him through into turn 1 or before that chicane.
Quite definitely. SGP's gone wide again though. Demon R taking a wider entry to try and get a bit of a switch back, but he's nudged the back of SGP. That's going to help out SGP keep hold of the position. As you said, as you're sort of hinting at, James, there's no way Demon R is going to get past in the straights. The car's not quick enough. While this is all happening though, there is still plenty of battles going on further down the grid, but we do want to keep an eye on what is happening for the lead of the race. Is SGP going for the pit lane? Yes, he is. Demon R looked like he was going to go for the pit lane as well, but chose not to stop. And what will happen now will be very, very interesting. Oh my god, it's 4 wide nearly.
Yeah, Twilight up the inside. Oh, he's just slapped into the side of James Hulkenberg. They're both side by side now. James Hulkenberg gets pitted on lap 4. So he's got decent tyres in that Family Guy livery, the bright pink.
Looks like Rich Blues has gone into the pits as well. Formula Gary now catching up to this gaggle of cars. But yeah, with SGP pitting before Demon R, it means he should gain some time. SGP coming out of the pits, right behind My Bad. My Bad gives the room around turn 1 and then says, "Go away, Thomas. I'm not in the mood for playing today."
Yeah, but Thomas is going to be like an express train right now with them brand new tyres on.
I'm half expecting to see him with the snowplow on the front of him. You see, for some of the people watching this, that may be way before your time. Trust me, I remember the old cartoons. SGP making a move then on My Bad. He's got the... Go on.
They're not cartoons, it's a model, but I was going to say, okay. Where's Annie and Clarabelle?
Well, I did say to SGP that I'd be more impressed had he done Toby, because that would have been a more difficult livery to do. But anyway, Formula Gary coming under pressure from an interesting liveried Ferrari on James Hulkenberg there. Is that Eric Boulier on the back of his car?
It looks like it, but here comes as well the Looney Tunes of SRI up the inside.
Oh! Gives Formula Gary a nudge. He gives Bonsall a nudge. And it looks like Hulkenberg gives Bonsall a nudge as well, but SRI is waiting. He's letting the guys back through. It is kind of one of the rules of DGT League. If you do knock someone off the track, give a bit of respect and give the position back to them.
Yeah, so that Tampax liveried Ferrari has just managed to get in front of the Mustang.
Now you can tell that the new Fredo Jordan. No comment. I know. I said I wouldn't pay the Hando guys Fredos to get you back last week, but I'm definitely not buying Fredo condoms. That's not happening.
It's all about the taste.
Oh,
yeah. But SGP, he's managed to get in front. It looks like James Hulkenberg slightly run wide in the chicane, and SRI that's giving him a run into the final corner now.
That it has. Ferrari v Ferrari. Now these two drivers both had very similar liveries in the last race. They've definitely not got similar liveries this time, and that's still not an easy thing to say.
They're both cartoons, no?
Yeah, that is true. Formula Gary having a look at Jay Bonsall. SRI having a look at going around the outside of James Hulkenberg down into turn 1. Hulkenberg braking very, very... No, it's SRI braking very, very late. That was a little bit deceptive there. As Bonsall and Gary go door to door.
Yeah, it's all kicking off behind. And that Mustang, to say, it's very heavy and deep on the brakes.
Formula Gary.
It's decent.
He chucked it up the inside. It nearly worked, but now he's ran deep. He's going to have an inside line here, but he's going to compromise his exit. He just about manages to keep hold of the move, but these Ferraris going side by side again.
Yeah, it's all going to kick off, I think, between the two Ferraris, but James Hulkenberg leaves a car's width for SRI to survive.
That he has. I'm trying to see. I'm not sure that Demon R, who's leading the race at the moment, has pitted yet. No, he hasn't. So that just goes to show the difference of tyre where the leaders had. Hulkenberg coming under pressure once again. So SGP having pitted considerably earlier than Demon R, but should undercut him through the pit stop phase.
Yeah, indeed. And I've got to say, it looks like the Aston Martin is coming under pressure. Big crash!
There's one problem with a tank of a car: when it starts wiggling, it wiggles a lot. Bunsell was very lucky there as he got side by side with Formula Gary. That's allowed Rich Blues to steal a position. He's also pressuring Formula Gary now. Aston Martin on Aston Martin, and Rich Blues has got the move done as Demon R is now into the pits at the end of lap 7. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out in comparison to SGP, but Hulkenberg got a little bit of a breather now, but not much.
Yeah, it looks like so SRI is still in P6, but the key thing we've been hearing from all the drivers is if you pit for new tyres and you come out behind the pack, the thing to do is just pounce on every single driver as quick as possible, because the last thing you want to do is get stuck behind the pack and lose time. Exactly,
you've got to make the most of your tyres while you can, but at the same time you can't hurt your tyres, because if you do, they're not going to last very long. So down into turn 1, then Formula Gary coming under pressure from Bunsell, and Rich Blues twitchy a little bit under braking. SRI squeezes him on the apex of turn 1. Rich Blues trying to give him the space, and SRI keeps hold of the position. This could get interested into turn 3 though, as Hulkenberg runs a little bit wide. Formula Gary having a look up the inside. Is he? Maybe, or he's just taking a very tight line through that corner. That's going to compromise him though, and here comes Bunsell.
Bunsell's just absolutely machining through the pack, but he's
without
down P9.
I was going to say, without taking a place, he's machining through the pack. Oh!
That's machining through the pack. 007 livery.
That it is. License to thrill in that car, I think.
Yeah, I don't think Bunsell's thrilled. Mind you, he's got a run here. Oh, and it looks like SRI's made the move on Hulkenberg down before the U-bend.
That he has. I do think though that SRI may be either struggling on his tyres or just in the braking zones in that Ferrari, as Bunsell is making the move on Rich Blues. I think it is. Yes, it is. He manages to get ahead, and that means Hulkenberg could come under pressure here. This could get very, very exciting.
We're hearing from pit lane that James Hulkenberg's pit crew are ready for him. As you can see, they're sliding them tyres. I think he's absolutely cooked them.
I think you might be right there, because Bunsell is all over the back of him, and here comes Twilight. We've not seen Twilight for a while. He must have pitted recently, so on fresher tyres he's going to have a much better opportunity of slowing down for the corner. 2 by 2, Rich Blues realising he's got nowhere to go. Is Twilight going to chuck it up the inside? Thinks about it, but decides to be a little bit wiser there, and a good choice.
Yeah, good choice, as Hulkenberg goes straight for the pit lane, and he can't wait to get rid of them tyres.
Twilight, I think, just managed to nudge the back of Bunsell. That's compromised his exit at the final corner. He may come under pressure from Rich Blues down into turn 1, and he's bringing Formula Gary along with him. Twilight's got a good run though.
Rich Blues has got the best tyres out of this pack, but he's nowhere.
He was twitching massively then, but we've just jumped to the leading 2 cars though, because Demon R has managed to close the gap on SGP, and he's trying to make the move straight away, but he just hasn't got the straight line speed, despite these guys being on different compounds of tyres. But James, with SGP pitting as early as he did, I think he's going to end up doing more pit stops.
So what tyres is Demon R on right now?
He's on the soft tyre.
And SGP?
He's on the super soft tyre.
Oh, so, you know, you would have expected. I know that Demon R's got better tyre life, he's pitted later, but I would have thought that SGP had been able to hold this off. And that Audi in the previous race was just absolutely dominant, and this week Demon R's coming back absolutely strong as an ox.
That is very, very true. The thing is though, SGP pitted I think on about lap 4 or 5, which means he's going to be pitting again soon, and he's definitely struggling on his tyres as Demon R goes round the outside.
What's the move there?
It's a lovely move. Thank you, Tim.
But SGP's back in the slipstream.
Yeah, with the straight line speed. That engine keeps on running, but he hasn't got the grip in the tyres to brake as late as he'd like. Is SGP going to be able to do anything about this at all? Looking back though further down at Bunsell, his car looking a little bit more battle scarred now. Twilight, a little bit of lag there, I think.
Yeah, a bit of lag. And Twilight's capitalising, I think. No.
Oh, we got 2 cars off. SRI, I think, was off, and so was Rich Blues. Rich Blues was off.
Sorry, no, Hulkenberg, he's got new tyres. He's just caught these guys up massively, so he's going to be absolutely rapid.
That he is, and with drivers falling off the track in the final chicane, it's going to have benefited him massively. A couple of drivers into the pits, one of them being Aceman, who's not been having the luckiest of races here. Hulkenberg on Twilight into turn 1. Is he going to be able to outbrake him? But that Renault is just so good as Hulkenberg gets given a nudge by Rich Blues.
I think he wants a free pack of Tampax.
no, I am saying nothing.
Maybe some of them Durex. But the key thing here is as well, Aceman's just come out of the pit, so he's going to be absolutely rapid as well, because he was in 3rd place.
That is true, and I think Twilight has just managed to get past James Hulkenberg and SRI, sorry. He's got past SRI. SRI struggling now on his tyres. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see him into the pit soon as Hulkenberg squeezes his way through. That's a nice little move there. I do like the message on the front of that car as well. Move. It's very simple.
Very abrupt, I'd say.
I'm half surprised that it wasn't written in reverse though, so it could be read properly in the mirror. Oh yeah, Aceman, here comes the Martini liveried Lamborghini on those fresher tyres. Twilight's been off though.
Yeah, Twilight's been off, so this might be a double whammy here for Aceman. No, SRI's muscling him out. I think Aceman really does need to get on with it, because he was in P3. He needs to claw his way back up to P3 and try and pull a gap, because right now he's losing time behind SRI.
He is, as SRI is struggling through a lot of these corners. It is compromising Aceman. Aceman's got an opportunity now. He doesn't seem to have the acceleration in that car though.
No, it does seem a bit laggy, and that, you know, the Aston Martin, it might not be great on the brakes, but it definitely has good acceleration.
Here comes Rich Blues having a look around the outside, clips the grass on the braking zone. It gets him a little bit twitchy. SRI struggles again under braking. That's brilliant driving from Aceman.
Yeah, I mean, he did really, really well then to hold that, but SRI's into the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he's into the pits. He was losing positions left, right, centre as Bunsell. I think Bunsell got a little bit too excited on the back of that Playboy car.
You might need some Tampax, after that.
So is he going to have a look up the inside of Rich Blues? Yes, he is, as My Bad comes out of the pits and comes out of the worst possible place, right at the back of the pack.
Yeah, if you stay out long and you manage to pit, the key thing is hopefully to come out just in front of the pack. But if you do this, you need to be making moves like that straight away, using the grip of the tyres and getting past the slower drivers.
Yeah, there's a lovely move there by My Bad, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be jumping all over the back of the 3 cars ahead of him. As Twilight looking up the inside of Aceman, and Bunsell trying to get in on it as well.
I think Aceman's trying it round the outside, and he's managed to make the move. So Aceman now up to P4. He's got to hunt down James Hulkenberg in P3.
And My Bad pouncing straight away, or trying to, on Jay Bunsell. He got past him in the corners, but that Mustang too powerful in the straights. But here comes My Bad now into what you called the U-bend.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think the plumbing might need redoing down at that U-bend after this race. There's a fair few bangs going on down there.
I think you could be right. Problem for My Bad is he's made the move there, but he could just simply get swamped when he gets onto the back straight. He needs a good run through this mid to fast left-hander and mid to fast right-hander.
He's got a really good run. I think he's going to get Twilight here as well.
Yeah, he's doing... My Bad side by side with Twilight. Twilight has struggled through there.
I mean, he's took 3 cars already on this one lap alone. That's fantastic. But here comes the Mustang with that power.
I dread to think what might happen. My Bad going defensive though, and it's worked for him. Bunsell a little out of shape in the braking zone. Rich Blues taking a lot of curb there. Twilight losing positions. I think Twilight's heading into the pits. Yes, he is.
So as you saw there, Aceman took about 2 laps to come through, and he's now in P4. So that was Aceman. My Bad, just in 1 lap alone, took 3 cars. So, he's got way better tyres than anybody in front of him, and he's just absolutely rapid. That's what you need to do. And SRI's in the background as well.
That he is, I think. We saw SRI pit a couple of laps ago. Oh, My Bad! All that hard work thrown out the window. Oh dear, my bad. That's unfortunate. That is his Formula Gary. Likes flashing his lights. But yeah, SRI have been pitted recently. He's now ahead of my bad, and he's closing in on Jay Bunsell. Ace Man trying to open up a little bit of a gap there.
So that my bad might keep himself quite at risk because he's rapid, and them few seconds might be vital.
Definitely could be. That they could be. Okay, up at the front, just to let you know, Demon are still leading the race, pulled out quite a big gap on SGP now, so SGP looking like he's going to be taking a little bit of pain by the end of this race, as SRI, you can tell he's got fresher tyres on, he's getting through these corners much better than we saw earlier on as he tries attacking Jay Bunsell up the hill into the Schumacher S. Bunsell taking a tight line, he's going to go wide, SRI looking for a bit of a switch back, is he? No, he's just sticking to the racing line.
Yeah, that Mustang is an absolute beast in a straight line, but under braking, is he going to run deep? No, he's managed to hold it, but watch out for my bad, because SRI, if he makes a mistake, my bad's going to be through.
It could be. We've seen that my bad is very, very good under braking, and in the corners SRI's got a good run though on the Mustang, and I have been told what a Mustang sounds like. It sounds like... And there we go. That's about as much impressions as I'm doing today. SRI then side by side with Bunsell. Bunsell braking early. Ooh,
good job, Bunsell. Yeah, good job he brakes early, but he's absolutely lost out. Double whammy there.
That he has. So my bad up the inside then through the final corner. Bunsell may get past him down the straight, but my bad will have the rest of the lap to retake that position if Bunsell does get past. And in the background we can see the Rich Blues and Twilight, they both pitted recently. As Bunsell going for the move up the inside, is he going to make it work? I'm not sure, because my bad is so much better on the brakes in that car. Well, is he better? He's gone massively deep. Where is he? He's there. That's what I was thinking. Where's he gone?
Hulkenberg's just come out of the pit. He's in P7, so he's on brand new tyres, so he's going to have to try and get past these two who are battling.
Oh, looking up the inside is Hulkenberg. It's sneaky, but it's worked.
Oh, and Rich Blues as well. I think he's just come out of the pit lane, so he's also rapid.
That he is. Now you can see here as well that, I mean, I'm not sure what tyres Bunsell is on, but he hasn't pitted. Oh, it's Hulkenberg going up the inside of my bad. That's for 4th place, I think. No, 5th place they're battling for.
Yeah, he was very, very lucky there, was my bad, because I thought that James Hulkenberg might have understeered and pushed my bad off, but he didn't. He managed to hold it, but now he's in front into P5. Next up the road for him is SRI.
Have you noticed that it almost looks like Peter Griffin's got 3 breasts?
Oh, possibly. We'll have to have a look at that.
You have to keep an eye out for that, as my bad try to attack back on to James Hulkenberg. But yeah, I was just saying that Bunsell hasn't pitted, but all of the cars around him have, and they've still, well, they've got right back onto him. As Rich Blues trying to go around the outside of my bad, that's not going to work there. And he realises it, so he backs out of it. Bunsell now losing places, so it might be a wise decision for him to pit fairly soon. But I wouldn't be surprised if he is on a much harder compounder tyre. These guys nose to tail here.
Oh, that Mustang on the grass, bloody hell, that's absolutely mental. He hasn't got much grip in a corner as it is, and, you know, getting on the grass. Oh, it's just nudged Rich Blues wide there. Luckily, he's backing out to give him, make sure that he gets back up in running.
I think he may have just clipped the grass in the braking zone there, and when you do that, you are just totally out of control. But yeah, as you said, showing the respect and giving the position as Rich Blues and Twilight. No, sorry, Bunsell's trying to attack Rich Blues, and Twilight's trying to get in on this as well. So side by side, Bunsell and Rich Blues goes, and it looks like Bunsell's got through. He has, but Rich Blues gives him a good old punting down into turn 1.
Yeah, indeed. Yes, man. Twilight's just getting absolutely battered here. I think he thinks he's in a fight with Mike Tyson, but SRI now coming under pressure from James Hulkenberg.
That he is. So it's absolutely frantic in the pack once again. Still,
he's going for a move. Up the inside, SRI's turning in.
I know what move that is. It's called a pit manoeuvre, and that's the Glasgow Kiss. So SRI saying, I'm having none of that, mate. You can go away. As my bad now catching up. Is he going to try and make it 3 wide? No, the Ferraris are kissing again.
I think James Hulkenberg's going to have to try it all the way around the outside.
Oh, and here comes Rich Blues as well in the background on Jay Bunsell. Side by side though between Hulkenberg and SRI. My Bad sat there with nowhere to go, realising he's got 2 cars behind him catching him up as well. Hulkenberg is through for the moment.
Yeah, for the moment, SRI might be trying to get in that slipstream, but SRI, he was rapid last week, but it doesn't seem to have the pace this week.
Oh, he's fighting back though.
Yeah, side by side. And I think Hulkenberg might be compromised on this straight now.
And he could be. My Bad is very, very close here as well. And we have seen that My Bad is very good under braking, but I wouldn't be surprised if he waits until turn 1 as Demon R makes his second pit stop. Is he going to come out still in the lead? SGP coming down the start-finish straight. SGP having pitted previously. Oh, and around the outside he goes. But has he gone deep? Yes, he has. He's not going to get first place, so SGP losing ground, unfortunately, so he's behind Demon R, and I don't think Demon R's going to pit again, but I think SGP will need to.
No, that's devastating for SGP, but that's what we need for the championship battle to carry on.
Well, actually, you need SGP to beat Demon R for the championship battle to carry on. Oh, Rich Blues into the back of My Bad there. That's unfortunate. Now, one of the things with Rich Blues being in the Aston Martin there, I mentioned in a previous race, the Aston Martin's brakes are not that good, as Ace Man making a move up the side of Formula Gary. It's not word though. I don't know if Gary got a little twitchy there, but he's nudged Ace Man off the track a little bit. That's compromised Ace Man, and Twilight now behind him as well. But yeah, the Aston Martin is not good under braking, so if you do try and brake as late as the cars around you, good chance you're going off, as Formula Gary going very, very defensive on Ace Man, and I don't think Ace Man is liking it at all.
No, because Ace Man was in P3, he's come out and pitted, and he's just getting absolutely stuck here. He needs to make the move as quick as possible. It does not need to be fanning around.
Things he may feel. Oh, Formula Gary throws one late up the inside of Rich Blues, and that's what I'm on about. Oh, and Ace Man collects the back of Formula Gary. Rich Blues been sent half spinning as well. Oh, it's all got a little messy back there.
That could be Ace Man's podium gone there, because he were nailed on for P3. He were absolutely rapid, and just with him coming out of the pits and getting mixed up, it's all gone a bit tits up as Twilight's with the inside, managing to hold it. He's going to have to try it round the outside. No, Formula Gary still holds it, but here comes the Mustang.
It's hard to miss the Mustang, but Twilight is side by side with him, but the Mustang has got the slipstream on the first part of the straight. Twilight getting slipstream now, but he just hasn't got the straight line speed, but he has got the braking in that car as he chucks it up the inside.
Fantastic braking there.
That was a lovely move by Twilight. He now needs to pounce on Formula Gary into turn 1, where Gary's ran a little bit wide in the final corner. Yeah, it definitely looks like Gary is braking too late in this Aston Martin to get round the corner fast.
Twilight backed out, and that just allowed the Mustang to have a run. Here comes Ace Man as well, 3 wide down the start finish straight.
Who is going to be the winner out of this little battle? Formula Gary could come under pressure here as well, as Ace Man is up the inside, but Gary closes the door.
It needs to be Ace Man. Ace Man needs to get on with it if he wants to get on the podium.
He does. Now, while these guys are fighting at Twilight up the inside of Formula Gary into turn 3, it's a lovely move, but Ace Man losing out again. Yeah, My Bad has been able to open up a little bit of a gap here as Twilight now runs wide. I don't know if he got nudged there. This is all getting very frantic, very messy as Ace Man loses it. I think he lost that all on his own.
Yeah, he's just come back on the circuit. That were crazy there from Ace Man. But here comes Formula Gary again. Yeah,
and that's what I'm on about. Formula Gary's gone to chuck it up the inside, but he's braked way too late. Gone straight on, and unfortunately he's taken Twilight with him. And to be honest, James, looking at Formula Gary at the moment, he'd benefit more by slowing down a bit.
Possibly, or but maybe just picking a car with better brakes. That might work. But
or braking down.
SRI just coming up under pressure now from Ace Man.
That is. I mean, it's been an interesting race, that's for certain. It's been a frantic race. It's been a little bit messy, but I was thinking about this the other day as Ace Man is having a look at attacking SRI. Can't quite do it. SRI leaving the space though. He's going to have the inside line into the right hander onto the back straight, but I think Ace Man may get a better run out of the corner here. Yeah, I was thinking about this, James. The Nurburgring GP circuit is a track that I personally really like, but it is kind of very narrow. It's very flowy, so it's not the easiest of tracks to overtake on, is it?
No, it's one of them. Oh, Twilight really gets under pressure.
Oh,
Twilight.
I think
Twilight needed to back out there, even though he had a brilliant run under braking. 3 wide in that chicane is just never going to happen.
I think Bunsell sort of turned in knowing he had one car next to him, perhaps didn't know that there was 2 cars next to him, and it is easy to end up in that kind of a situation.
But yeah, no, it is a fantastic track. Some corners though, it probably could do with a really big hairpin like turn one, maybe another hairpin like this.
It's alright!
I think he just ran into that Mustang.
4 cars just went round that corner, 1 got it right, 3 got it wrong, and 1 that got it right was Ace Man.
And this is crucial for Ace Man. Ace Man's finally got up to P5, but Hulkenberg's managed to pit and come out in front of him. So Ace Man, that's his podium. That's his podium pretty much out of the window.
That it is. Now Hulkenberg needs to try and catch My Bad if he can. Demon R's still got a big gap to SGP, so it's kind of a fight for the podium at the moment between My Bad, Hulkenberg and Ace Man, depending on what Ace Man can do in these last few laps. Twilight, he spent most of his race looking at the back of a yellow Mustang. He must be hating that and M&M's at the moment as Bunsell chucking up the inside of SRI. SRI just about gives enough room. It was a late move, but he's managed to make it work. But they're still side by side.
I still got to say that Ferrari is brilliant in the corners, but you cannot beat a bit of American muscle to muscle you out.
I'm so tempted to say lots of things there, but I won't.
I think Bunsell might be on steroids coming through this corner.
I think Twilight's on an anger management course at the moment, or might need to be. Okay, so not many laps to go in this race. What can these guys do regarding their position? I mean, one of the things, all Bunsell and Twilight side by side, one of the things I do like about this is the fact that even though we're 17 laps in the race, there has not been a single lap without something happening.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something to talk about. Never a dull moment. As SRI's now all over Ace Man. Got to say, Hulkenberg's come out of the pits on brand new tyres. Do you think he's just looking after the tyres to get to the end?
I don't know. He
don't look very quick.
Maybe he's just holding the brake on as SRI is all over the back of Ace Man now. I mean, it is possible that he's looking after the tyres, but there's not a lot of time left in this race. Ace Man's gone deep. That's going to allow Twilight through. Twilight's past Bunsell and Ace Man in one corner, using the most of the grip there. Bunsell and Ace Man side by side. Rich Blue's trying to get on this now as well. I tell you what, Ace Man must be so frustrated throughout this race because every effort he's made to move forward has ended up with him moving backwards.
Yeah, I mean, he went nailed on for P3 about 5 minutes ago. Now he's down in P7.
He's got a good run on Twilight though, but I don't think that Lamborghini is going to hold him around the outside of the Renault. No, it's not. I mean, one way to describe Ace Man's race here is it's a little bit like Michael Jackson moonwalking. You think he's going to go one way, but he goes the other.
Yeah, unfortunately. But he's going for a move now up the inside of Twilight. Twilight just can't catch a break here. Just needs to pull away, ignore what's going on in his mirrors, not completely, but just try and focus on pulling away. But that Lamborghini just has the legs in a straight line, but here comes the American muscle.
It does. I mean, I know what you're on about. If Twilight was able to sort of stick to the racing line and maximise the corners, he'd get a gap. But Ace Man in that Lamborghini is able to just get his nose in the way of Twilight a little bit to pull him off.
Oh, Ace Man shoved off the circuit there by the Mustang, but I think the Mustang were just slightly in front there. And the Mustang's gone up the inside of Twilight as well.
So, Ace Man moonwalking once again. Twilight making the move as he knows he's too late on the brakes on that occasion. He's been reset.
He's hit the wall.
Yeah, well, I think he may have hit the wall or jumped backwards. Bunsell though going for the pits. That's a surprise because there's not many laps left in this race.
I think there's one lap left.
I think you might be right. Yeah. Yes.
It looks to me now as though James Hulkenberg is using the life of the tyres on this final lap because he's rapidly closed in on my bad.
Aceman is having a look at the inside of Rich Blues as well. He's got a nice run through turn 1 and he's all over the back of SRI as well. It's been a fantastic, if not mental battle in the pack here, but as you said, Hulkenberg is starting to close in on Maybad, so it's possible that Maybad's tyres are starting to go off. I will just mention as well though that James is right in his comment that this is the last lap for everybody in second down given the time as Hulkenberg up the inside of Maybad. Is he? No, Maybad fighting for the podium.
Yeah, Maybad's got a fantastic car in the corners, but has he got enough straight line speed?
I don't know what to say.
I think he has. I think he's going to be cheeky in that bright pink car. He's done it. He's absolutely shoved it up the inside on the final lap to snatch the podium away from Maybad.
That he has. I mean, Maybad may be able to attack back. De Minar is now about to start what will be his last lap of the race. So basically the way this is working out, folks, is De Minar is crossing the line now. However, the 40 minutes will be up in about 2 seconds. So SGP is going to cross the line and see the checkered flag. So it will be second place for him. He's done well, just unfortunately not well enough. James Hulkenberg is managing to hold on to third place at the moment, but Maybad, is he going to be able to do anything in the final chicane? It's getting frantic. 6th, 7th and 8th. Aceman fighting for every point that he can get.
Yeah, Twilight being very cheeky there on the brakes, just manages to get in front of Aceman. Can he hold on to it in the final corner?
I think he might be able to, you know, as Hulkenberg, he's got to be close to crossing the line. If he hasn't, Aceman's into the pits.
What's Aceman doing?
Hulkenberg crosses the line 3rd, Maybad 4th, Rich Blues currently in 5th place. It's very close back there. I do not know what Aceman was doing then, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Maybe it was a sneaky move to try and get to the finish line first, and if it was, I don't think it would have been accepted, but he has finished outside of the top 8, so
that's crazy, because I mean, looking into that, about 10 minutes ago, Aceman were nailed on for P3.
Yeah, definitely. He was definitely on for his best race of the season so far, that's for sure. But now, though, we're looking at De Minar, who has got the track all to himself. Now, I do know that he's not been too pleased about being beaten by the Audi and cartoon liveries in the recent few races, so he will be absolutely delighted that he's been able to take the fight to SGP here at the Nurburgring. It's only a few more corners to go for him.
I mean, that Renault's absolutely rapid. Do you think he's going to stick with that for the next race?
I don't know. He might do. I mean, it's possible that a few other drivers might think about using it as well. It is definitely up there as one of the 2 or 3 best cars in this class. So De Minar crosses the line then to take victory in race 6 at the Nurburgring. As we have a look at the finishing order, De Minar taking the win, SGP 2nd place, Hulkenberg 3rd, Maybad 4th, Rich Blues in 5th, SRI in 6th, Twilight 7th, Jay Bunsell on his debut in 8th, Aceman unfortunately down to 9th, and Formula Gary in 10th. Sadly, Nally did not finish. Just want to take this moment to say thank you to James for joining me on the commentary once again, and congratulations to De Minar in a brilliantly liveried car taking the victory. I will mention as well, if you do want to get involved in Dynamic GT League, check out their Facebook page or their YouTube channel, or you can directly message DGT League _SGP or _SRI on PlayStation Network. And finally, we'll take a look at the driver standings after round 6. De Minar leading the way on 111 points, with SGP not far behind on 99. Steve and Callum Banks both couldn't race this week, so they've been closed up a little bit by Aceman, who's on 62 points, and then SRI only 3 behind him. Closely followed by Twilight, Rich Blues, Nally, James Hulkenberg, Maybad and Formula Gary, with Jay Bunsell the last of the point scorers on his debut, with Dave the Harp, Kiwi 90 and Drew still to make their appearance. Round 7 of the Dynamic GT League will take place at Alsace Village for another 40-minute race. It could be a very interesting one with a very interesting racetrack, so join us for that one.